somewhere off Stornoway. Ships from a dozen NATO countries manoeuvre towards another day of war. It was a calm before the storm. In a few moments, Newcastle will face its stiffest test. 40 aircraft and missiles are heading this way to raid the ship. It's up to Newcastle to protect the surrounding vessels here by knocking out the enemy.
Hands to action stations, hands to action stations.
In the operations room, the Navy's secret radar and computer systems focus in on the enemy, circling now and ready to attack HMS Newcastle.
Distance 11 miles.
The priority at the moment will be to assess exactly what the threat is and then go for dealing with it as swiftly as we can.
Command priorities are to fight, move and float. Weapon repair priorities are column Alpha and Force.
It's on the bridge where they make the decisions on what to fire at and when.
1 Falcon, green, 120.
How tense are you at the moment?
You find out in about 10 minutes. I'll be running on a bridge like a one-armed coat hanger, so you find out in a minute. That's the tanker there that we're protecting. Intelligence predicts that it's a fairly heavy raid. Could be up to 16 bombers. Green 140. Crossing left to right.
There's a crisis below decks. A fire has broken out. In the damage control room, there's an immediate response. Seconds lost could mean disaster. Engineers are dispatched to the engine room to shore up a leak. The fire's out, but there's been a casualty.
First to the face, laceration to the forehead. Right, okay. Right, head down. Pass head over it. And then bring the drip end this end. Right, calm yourself down. Jab, ready, in your arm. There you go, that'll help you. Take your time with that breathing.
The war games are over for today. The attackers and the defenders on this NATO exercise can now reflect on what lessons they've learned.
This is the closest thing we can have to war without actually going to war.
How tense do people get?
Very tense, because we're under a period of examination, and it's made as realistic as we can possibly make it. It's pretty close, and yeah, tempers do fray and people do get very excited.
How's Newcastle performed over the past few days?
I'd love to say brilliantly, but we've also learned a few lessons and made a few mistakes, but then that's the whole point. The main thing is that the teamwork comes together, and you combine teamwork with good equipment, and you've got actually a reasonably good warship, and I think that's where we're going.
The tanker, the Orange Leaf, which was one of the targets of the attack, can now get back to its duty of keeping the fleet fueled up. A NATO frigate from Portugal swings alongside. The day's exercise over, the fishermen can return. But on the bridge, they're on watch all night in case of surprise attacks. Real war doesn't stop when the sun starts to go down.